A boy spent all his savings just to try making delicious seaweed. He even burned his arm in the process. No matter how many methods he tried, the result was always bitter and tough. He fried all 10 boxes of seaweed, but not a single one turned out the way he wanted. By then, all his money was gone. Just when he was about to give up, he found one last pack on the floor. With his final hope, he tried again. This time, it looked different. He quickly tasted it. The texture was crispy, and the flavor was delicious. It was the best seaweed he had ever eaten. After failing more than 100 times, he finally discovered the secret: the seaweed had to be soaked in water first. At last, he had hope again, hope to save his family. A month earlier, the court had seized their house. That was when he learned that his parents owed $40,000 to the bank. To escape the debt, they fled abroad, leaving the boy to shoulder the burden alone. After finally creating tasty seaweed, he put on his father's suit and went to the supermarket headquarters to present his product. But the manager quickly lost interest as soon as he saw the packaging. It didn't meet the style or size standards. The first meeting ended in failure, and the boy returned home disappointed. To meet the store's requirements, he hired a designer and updated the packaging. Then he returned to the headquarters. But the receptionist told him the manager was in a meeting. He waited for hours, but the manager never came out. In the end, he left a whole box of seaweed with the staff and went away silently. Not long after he left, 2 employees tasted the seaweed. It was so good that they couldn't stop eating. Soon, the entire office was talking about it. The manager immediately called the boy and agreed to work with him, but with one condition: there would be a factory inspection in a month. The boy froze at the word factory. He had no money to build one. Desperate, he went to the bank to apply for a loan, but his request was denied because he was only 19. With no other choice, he broke into the family home that had been sealed by the bank and used the last of his money to hire workers. Soon, a small seaweed factory began operating. Inspection day came, but because it was built in such a rush, the factory was full of problems. Workers weren't wearing gloves or masks, and there were even flies inside. The manager only said they would discuss it later. Before leaving, his uncle handed him a red envelope and told him to bribe the inspector. But the boy refused. He knew there were no shortcuts in life. If there were problems, they had to be fixed. Eventually, all the workers began wearing masks and gloves. The food safety issues were solved. One day, the company sent a fax. But the last line was too faint to read. The boy rushed outside and held it up to the sunlight. Slowly, 2 words appeared: passed. At last, he had succeeded. On delivery day, he hugged his uncle with pure joy. After everything was over, he called his father in tears. He said that now, they could finally come home.